Hello there, history friends. This is the Civil Rights Assessment. I'm going to read through the questions. Feel free to pause the video at any time so that you can type up or write out your responses and then hit play when you're ready for the next question. The first section is all about Brown versus the Board of Education in 1954. Number 1 says, how did the Brown versus the Board of Education decision overturn the Plessy versus Ferguson decision? Remember, in Plessy versus Ferguson, the Supreme Court ruled that segregation was legal in public places so long as those places were equal. Number 2, what was the story of the Little Rock Nine? What was it like for Black students integrating Central High School in Arkansas during this time period? The next section is going to be about Emmett Till. Question 1. How did Emmett Till's death and murder trial point out the extreme racism that was happening in the South? And number 2, why is the story of Emmett Till considered to be the spark of the civil rights movement? The next section of the test is about nonviolent protests. Number 1, Rosa Parks and 30 other individuals were arrested for refusing to give up their seats on the local bus. This would spark the start of the Montgomery bus boycott. List 2 ways people avoided using the bus during the boycott, and were these 2 tactics effective? All right, question number 2 says, the sit-ins that occurred in the South are considered to be a grassroots movement. What does the term grassroots movement mean? Use the story of the Greensboro Four to explain your answer, and remember that sit-ins involve Black people sitting at white lunch counters. Number 3, what was the goal of the Freedom Riders? What were they trying to show America? All right, friends, the next section is going to be about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Number 1, Malcolm X used the phrase, the ballot or the bullet. What does this phrase mean? Question 2, Martin Luther King Jr. believed that nonviolence was the only way to solve the issues of inequality in the world. Why did he think this? And how did Dr. King's views differ from Malcolm X's views? Number 3, what was a significant similarity between Dr. King and Malcolm X? And then the second part of that says, why is that similarity important? The next section is going to be about culture wars. Number 1, why were so many women fighting for equality in this time period? Use the passages that we looked at in class and think about economy, quality of life, and politics. Number 2, how did the raid at the Stonewall Inn lead to the LGBTQ plus movement? Include background info on why the Stonewall Inn was so important to the LGBTQ plus community. Question 3, who was Cesar Chavez? And what role did he play in the civil rights movement? How did he help migrant farm workers?